All right, 12 Soul here, and I'm in Native American country today, and I just met this gentleman here. He's sitting right next to me. Sir, what's your name?
My name's Joray Isla.
Jory Isla.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, Jory, I'm not going to be on camera, but I want you to be on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just because. It's because I want. This is a video about the voices of the voiceless, about about the COVID files, and we're sitting in. This is a Native American. We're at Crow Creek, I guess, right?
Crow Creek, Sioux Reservation.
So we're at the Crow Creek Reservation. Okay.
But Fort Thompson is what it's called. It says it right there in that.
Okay, so we're at Fort Thompson.
Yeah, but it's Crow Creek, Sioux, but it's just I don't know how.
So this is your country out here, right? You were born here, right?
Yeah, it was. I was born in Chamberlain, but I didn't really grow up here. I went all over the place. Like, didn't really like to be here. But
so what do you think about this town as far as?
It's home. Like it's always gonna be here. I always make it back, but just
you've traveled a lot.
Yeah, the goal is just to make it out of here. As any other people want to make it out of their little hometown. Go to college, go live life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So sadness, I'm feeling a little bit of sadness out here because there's, it's sort of a, can you tell me about that sadness that you're feeling a little bit more, but just wanting to get out of here? Why is it that you want to get out of here?
Probably because there's no opportunities, not much anyway. Like, you have to be a part of like a family. Like, it's all about family around here. Like the family that's on council and stuff, they all have it good. Like the rest, they don't care about.
So if you're not family, if you're not part of it, then you're sort of excluded as an individual.
Yeah.
So you're walking this way. Were you going to the finance office over there?
No, I was just going for a walk. Go check it out. I was bored.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So hey, these are COVID files. So I have been traveling the prairie. And going across. This country here, and I guess we go back east, okay, and there's nobody wearing masks. They're making a joke about it. But when I get into the cities, people are pretty serious about this COVID. And I come out here and I see a sign on the road out here that says, "Don't stop in this town," which is, as a Navy SEAL, I'm going to stop in this town if they say no, because I want to talk to people. And so, can you speak to me about? First of all, do you know many people that have died from this COVID thing?
Not really. Like the first what is it
when
called?
It first started in February.
Like, people caught it here, but not too much. Like actually, my relative, my grandma, was the first one to catch it here, and she got sent off, and she fought, and she died in a hospital.
She died in a hospital.
Yeah, from COVID.
Did they put her on a ventilator?
I'm not sure. I wasn't really.
And that's sort of to wake people up around here. Now there's a when I was in the Creek Nation, okay, there's a suspicion about the U.S. government, and one of the reasons why they're suspicious is because of history. For instance, the Trail of Tears, okay, and the second thing is the blankets. They thought that in their humble opinion, okay, that this was related to the government. How do you feel about that?
It happened, like I couldn't do nothing about it, so it's in our history now, we learn about it and we do what we gotta do, our ceremonies for it, and then
let it go.
Yeah.
Well, we're really not talking about history so much as I'm just giving the viewers here a broad overview about history, okay? Some people that may or may not know about the struggles and the genocide that's happened in Native America over the last 500 years, okay? But today, okay, in your community, what can you speak to the fear I'm not sure how to ask this question. Is there fear, or is there adulation, or what's going on? I mean, in your community, just in general now, even 6 months, and you guys are still in lockdown out here. And there is no other place that I know of in America that's in lockdown. So, is this for your own safety? Is this the community that's doing this, or who's chosen this lockdown?
It's the council. They decide what's going down, and that's what goes down. It's council members,
Mhm.
and it's actually like a community, but like around here, like the council members, like they don't really care, so they just basically do what they want, you know.
So you think the council possibly has been co-opted by other sources outside of this area?
Yeah, like what is that called? Where they steal money from? What is that called again?
Corruption,
Not corruption. It's
graft,
embezzling.
embezzling.
Yeah, embezzling and just basically like just taking care of their own people, you know, I like their own blood, but really they need to be taking care of the whole community, you know.
And they're not. So in other words, corruption is
Yeah,
take.
corruption, that everything, you know, corruption, poverty, all that, you know, just what you hear from it, you know, that's what's going down.
Now, it's beautiful and green out here,
Hmm.
but we're going to go into winter pretty soon. When is it? When does the weather change out here in a big way?
It's kind of weird. It's like bipolar. Like, yeah, it's been weird this past couple years around
How
here.
so?
Like, so it'd be snowing really hard, and like all of a sudden it'd be like a nice day out, and it would melt that snow, and then we won't have snow for a while, even though it's winter, and then all of a sudden it will snow really hard, and it will be snowy for a while, and it will just get nice again, and it will just dry.
Have you heard about anything or suspect anything like the planes aren't in the sky anymore?
Yeah. Last night there was a storm. It kind of looked like
It was huge.
it was weird. Like it wasn't like a real storm. Like it was controlled or something. Like it was a
Some weather control, maybe you're
yeah.
thinking.
Like the clouds. Like and it was the whole lightning was all over the sky, but you couldn't hear the lightning. You know.
I watch some channels and I'm pretty cognizant. A lot of other people, some other people, not very many, for Christ's sakes. You know, people get this thing of weather control. People get this thing that we're being hit on all levels of society for an agenda. Uh, some people call that New World Order
Yeah.
agenda, right? And out here in your community, do people think that way, or are they just wanting to? What do they want to do? What's going on?
I don't even know. I just worry about myself. Like to be honest, like everybody around here that I used to be my friends, you know, they're all switched up or changed. Like it's how our slang around here. Like they just act fake or snakes. You know, that's what we call them, snakes.
They're
And then,
sneaks.
yeah, like they're
And
fake.
when did that start happening?
It's always been like that.
Really?
You know, so you just cut yourself off from everybody and just focus on yourself because that's all you can do.
Wow.
And like I have a son and like we're having problems, me and my mother of my child, you know, like she won't let me see him or nothing, but I don't argue with it, you know, like I look at it this way, like I want to see him every day and could if I would, but she's the one that's like being like that, holding them back. So I just try to keep my mind focused on that because it's not my fault I can't see him, and I know he would want to see me too. I know he does, you know, like, and I would never do that to her, man. Like, I'm not that kind of person because he loves his mom.
Yeah. So you're at peace with the fact that you've made reproduction. You've got a kid, and the kid's gonna grow up. But
Yeah, he has a good mom, you know. Like, I still love her. It's just that we can't be together, you know. Like, she'll take care of him. It's just I don't know. We're just not really connecting right now, you know.
how much do you think that the phone has changed this community? This phone right here, like a
I don't-
phone, and has it changed the community? Is it YouTube and
Not really.
not really. So this is an ongoing thing that's been going on as long as you've been aware. I'm not sure how old you are. I'm 60. So how old are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm 21.
You're 21. So 1999, you're born.
1998.
98, and so 9/11 is just like a distant.
Yeah.
It's not even doesn't even register on the blip, I guess, huh? I was like 40, and I was going to college, studying anthropology, concentrating on Native American history studies, and when this thing hit, all the planes stopped, and it made a big difference in America, right?
Yeah.
But out here, this COVID thing is like the second 9/11. Some people have been saying. So, and you're saying that basically, though, it's like another straw on the camel's back, maybe.
Yeah, basically.
That's where it's at right there.
Hmm.
Wow.
There's nothing you can do about it. It's already out there. Only thing you can do is just survive.
That's amazing. Okay, so this is one of the first interviews that I'm going to be having with some Native American people out here, the true Americans, the original Americans. I want to ask you something personally. I know you're a young man, but out in Oklahoma, okay, that was the state that was the end of the Trail of Tears. It was supposed to be a Native American state, okay. I talked to Ogalas out of Florida. I talked to Cree Nation. They're actually out of Alabama, okay. And there's a lot of people that say, Native American treaties, every one of them have been broken, and this is where you keep us. This is and we're not happy about that, but there's nothing we can do about it. What is it that, for you as a Native American, that's most important? Is it the land issue? Is it the poverty issue? Is it just the fact that that Americans don't understand the Native American story about the past? They've forgotten it. I mean, 1888. We've got the ghost dance. We've got people, machine gunned by, the federal government. Okay. And that was basically the end of the struggle that starts all the way, when the Pilgrims come over, and when Columbus comes over, and when Cortez comes over, and Coronado comes over, and he goes into the, all this is history that people don't, they're not interested in, I guess, for the most part. Just like, where I'm going, bro, it's like, I'd say 98% of the people are wearing masks in the cities. But when you get out in the country, people don't care. And how can a virus go across a windy area? I mean, I don't get it. But my statement's long, and I apologize for that.
It's all right, man. I got time. I ain't do nothing.
The thing that I'd like to ask you is, what's the most important issue that you have as far as a First American for right now?
Important issue, like what I care about, or what?
What is it that you're thinking about?
The only thing I care about is my family, and that's all I care about. And that's it, like everybody else has their own thing going on, like I care about my family. I don't care about all this close stuff. Like, if you catch it, like fight it off or you die, But you just have to be smarter now. You have to like social distance yourself and go to a few places, because I don't really stop a lot of places around here. I just go to a couple places, like right over there. It's like my second house, because I don't really have a house, like a home, like I just stay with.
You're homeless.
Yeah, basically, But that house that's boarded up right next door used to be my mom's, but she passed away.
How old was she?
Huh?
How old was your mother?
She was amazing, She sang and like was well respected and respected a lot. All that, It's how a mother should be, She took care of us and made sure we had the best. Worked hard, and then she had diabetes though, and she got sick, so that's what took her.
I go across this country and I see all this GMO corn, and it's all been fracked to this stuff called high fructose corn syrup, where people are drinking sodas and they're getting diabetes at an early age. And then also, from the Trail of Tears, the food that used to be that used to keep people alive was changed to things that are very unhealthy for the Native American people and for America in general. They don't eat very well. Nutrition has been said many times by other experts out here that would keep you healthy over any vaccination or anything like that. Are they pushing vaccinations out here on the res?
Most likely, aren't they pushing it all around the world,
Yeah, they are. This is a sort of a world push for everything. I have some children in the Philippines that I care deeply about, and they're locked down in Manila right now. Melbourne, Australia is locked down. If we give up our guns, I suppose they'll lock us down in America.
That ain't never gonna happen. They're gonna cause World War III if they do that.
Are you guys ready for that out here? You think something bigger than that? It's going to keep. I mean, what I'm hearing you say is that unity in this place has sort of been displaced by the snitches.
Yeah, basically, it's how it's always been and always probably will be, you know.
I love the silence out here on the prairie.
It's nice. But sometimes it can be ugly, you know, too much silence
Can drive you crazy,
yeah.
like a hammer. Well, that's about all I want to say right now. And this gentleman here, I want to thank you because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm locked down away from the people that I really care about here, and I remember. And that's about it. 12 Soul out.